Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
From the 27, Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Chargers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Chad Muma in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, Prescott buying time to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Prescott off play action. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Walker now at 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd down and 4, Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's into the secondary. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kenneth Walker, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Chargers, nothing.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground, running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Traylon Burks. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Second and 5.
14. Let's go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bengals! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Chargers nothing.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2. Third and 2, now Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. This is taken around the 12. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will take over here, first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Play action now, Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here we go, 47.
First down, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Shoves him aside. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Prescott on first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Walker. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it? And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Ken Walker with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Wilson's throw is on target to Burks.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
But you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown, and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Kenneth Walker in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial. They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On play action, Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
48 yards on the ground for him so far. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. To throw is Wilson. Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott flushed out right. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
He was brought down by Bilal Nichols.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down.
A solid stiff arm. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd down and goal. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Again, Walker.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Ken Walker.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Kenneth Walker
taking it in from the 20.
And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Chargers, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Charger drive about to get going.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Again, Wilson. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
That pass taken in by Burks.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball,
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Oh, the Chargers are pointing, and they've got it. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it.
And now here is another interception.
Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no